from the Fox 5 studios, this is the RebZone Sports Show.
No matter the record of the season, no matter the previous games, this game's going to be one of the hardest and one of the toughest games to play because everybody's going to play hard. It's a lot of tension going into the game. It's a lot of meaning more behind this game and the Cannon itself. So it's just letting everybody know, just come ready to play.
This is the next conference game for us, which is obviously important. The next game on the schedule, but nobody wants to hear that. This is a dang big game.
Winning is everything, and I think Odom has instilled that. The reason we work in the summer like we work, the reason that we work and practice like we work, is to win, and that's the only reason is to win. So we go out every day wanting to win, and then once the game comes, we have fun, and hopefully we get the win.
College football's heaviest and most expensive trophy traveled up north on Friday night and came right back down on Saturday night. The Rebels keep the Cannon red with a dominating 45-27 win over the Wolfpack and improved to 5-1 for the first time in 39 years. I think I mentioned it last night. History making Barry Odom welcome into the RebZone, but want to talk about this season. 5-1. You go up north, you defend the Fremont Cannon. You guys are on a 4-game win streak, undefeated at Allegiant Stadium. There's so much to talk about, but what momentum are you feeling right now?
Well, I'm so excited about the start to what we've done, and I sure don't want to minimize that because I'm proud of what we've done, but there's so much out there, and this is the climb. We haven't even gotten close to the top of the mountain, and our kids understand that. They understand the process of what it looks like, the ability to prepare. We do feel the momentum. There's no question about that. We also understand that we have left a lot of points out on the field. We've left a lot of yardage out on the field defensively. And until we reach the ability to play our best game, we've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, what I really respect is, you talking to Eric Harper after the game, like, all right, let's pack up, let's get back to work. But before we dive into the highlights, I want to show you Rebel Nation out in Reno last night in full force. A sea of red. You had the Scarlet and Gray cheer squad out there, fans packing the entire stadium. Coach, you could hear Rebels all the way from Las Vegas last night. What did it mean to you to see Rebel Nation out there?
Wasn't that awesome?
Yeah.
And our kids felt it. You could feel it on the sidelines. Obviously, the color differential in the stands. You could see our fans, and the support was tremendous. And really, the way that our kids have embraced that, we understand that we have a responsibility because there's so many people that are invested in our program, and we want to do the things we can to represent them the right way. And we're so thankful for the following and the support that we have, and now an opportunity to play a home game when it to be off the charts.
Yeah, it was a sea of family and friends to get to the football locker room last night in Reno. So great to see Rebel Nation flying across the country to last night's game. Well, let's head up to Reno and check out the Cannon game where UNLV dominated the Wolfpack. Rebels roll into Reno feeling confident on a 3-game win streak with all focus on keeping the Fremont Cannon red. All poised from the redshirt freshman quarterback Jaden Maiva, who would start in his 3rd straight game this season. Maiva was clicking early with Ricky White, a 59-yard score, and the Rebels are on the board first in Reno. Later in the first quarter, Rebels in the red zone. The senior running back Donovan Lester pushes his way into the end zone, and the Rebels are up 14-0 against the Wolfpack. Next drive, UNR would respond. Brendan Lewis airs it out 43 yards to a wide-open Delvin Campbell. Wolfpack trail UNLV 14-7 after 1. Rebels respond in the second quarter after a 34-yard punt return from Jacob De Jesus. Donovan Lester would score again. UNLV rolling in the Cannon game 21-7. UNR trying to score on the next drive, but Jackson Woodard comes up big with the 3rd down interception, his first INT of the season. UNLV ball. Here comes the biggest play of the season for Jaden Maiva. On 3rd and long, Maiva slings it downfield to Ricky White for an 82-yard touchdown. Maiva's longest touchdown pass of his career, the longest pass of the season for UNLV. Rebels take a 28-7 lead at the half. UNLV not done
done. Rebels open up the third quarter with a bang. Donovan Lester turns on the Jets and goes untouched 66 yards to the house, his third score of the night. UNLV up 35-7 over UNR. Wolfpack not giving up. UNR's quarterback Brendan Lewis rushes left for UNR's second score of the game. The Wolfpack trail UNLV 35-14 after 3. Fourth quarter, UNR making a comeback. Wolfpack's 5'10" running back Sean Dollars scores from 2 yards out. UNR trails UNLV 38-20. Rebels would respond. UNLV at the 9-yard line. Vincent Davis Jr. rolls into the end zone, scoring his third touchdown of the season. The Rebels extend their lead 45-20 with 3 minutes to play. Wolfpack not backing down. Lewis would throw up a 55-yard touchdown bomb to Isaac Crocker, but UNLV secures their second straight conference dub, 45-27, their 5th win of the season, scoring 40 or more points.
It's amazing. You sit on the sideline and they get a big play and it juices everybody up. You're fired up, ready to go out onto the field. And then, big shout out to the special teams too. When they go down on kickoff and make a big hit, we run out there ready to hit. But yeah, whenever our offense is playing like that, it just fuels the whole team. We all have confidence. It gives us confidence to go out and play.
Just keep doing us. Really keep making plays all around, running back, receivers, QB position, O-line, everywhere. So come together as a team and just be better as a unit.
Welcome to the Ricky White Show here on Fox 5. Man, did he put up a big game in Reno. 8 receptions, 174 yards, 2 touchdowns. One of those, an 82-yard touchdown pass from Jaden Maiva. The Michigan State transfer continues to shine this season. Coach, what are you seeing with the chemistry between him and Maiva this season? I
think really collectively, and our tight ends really were a big part of yesterday's success on offense. Again, the ability to run the football and block at the point of attack. Ricky's performance, not a surprise to me because of the way that he practices. The things that he does preparation-wise puts him in position to have success on game days. And then, it'll never show up in the stat line, but we challenge our guys, how do you play when the ball's not in your hand? Mm-hmm. And I think Ricky would be close to leading the way. As an example, getting perimeter blocks, getting downfield to make sure that one more block 20 yards down the field may spring the running back for another big gain. And those things don't show up in the stat line, but they understand how important it is to play team football. And I'm sure excited for Ricky because of the way that he puts in all the work throughout the week to have some success.
Yeah, well, last night was no surprise to me. I've seen these guys do this all practice long, but want to talk about Jaden Maiva, his 3rd straight start at UNLV, leading the Rebels to 3 straight wins now. Named National Freshman of the Week by College Football Network. Another big game from Maiva, 19 of 24 for 259 yards and threw 2 big touchdown passes last night. What a growth did you see from Maiva in his 3rd start?
I think things are starting to slow down a little bit more for him, which is important at that position. And again, it comes with film study, preparation, practice habits, all those things. But then also, as I've said a number of times before, the 10 guys around him need to play really good ball. And when they do that, then things start to seem to happen a little bit easier for the quarterback position. We understand that there's plays out there on design that are, we know that's where the ball is going to end up going. But then other times he's got to make the right read, and he's getting better in all those situations, and excited about the progress that room is making.
Yeah, I want to talk about the 40-plus points scored in 5 games this season. What tweaks did you guys make in the bye week in Coach Marion's offense?
I think there were a couple of different run plays that we had going in yesterday that were effective against what we were going to get defensively if we got the same look, and those showed up. And again, we don't know each week which running back is going to get the hot hand, but yesterday I think, again, by committee, but Donovan Lester had a big game, and again, up front, I think collectively the way the offensive line communicated, the way that they played well together, it opened up running lanes, and then our runners made good cuts. They were able to get the ball north and south, and I think some of those things that have built in, again, I said it last week, we haven't even scratched the surface on continuing the things that we're doing on offense. I think we're starting to see some of those things, but then now the counter off of some of the plays that we've done now through 6 games, we're just starting to learn about ourselves a little bit more.
Well, it's been an exciting season so far on offense, and I know the offense has been juicing up the defense. We're diving into the defensive highlights in this Cannon game. UNLV's defense racked up 3 sacks and 2 picks on the road, but we'll hear more from Coach Odom on what consistency his defense is striving for this season. More highlights from the Fremont Cannon rivalry coming up next.
Clock at 5. Lewis snaps it. Fires over the middle. It's picked. Jackson Woodard down at the 9. Jackson Woodard with his first interception in the scarlet and gray.
It felt great, but credit to the D-line. They were getting after that quarterback, so it made him throw it fast and have to look at where he was throwing. And so I knew where he was going to go, and yeah, it felt great.
Welcome back to the RebZone. We're continuing to break down UNLV's dominating 45-27 road win in Reno last night, and that was Jackson Woodard's 3rd down interception in the second quarter that would set up the offense to come out and score an 82-yard touchdown on the next drive. Jackson Woodard, a leader on defense. Coach, what did you see from your defense last night? I'll show a few stats from last night, but 2 interceptions, 3 sacks on the road. Your defense played lights out, but what more could have been done against the Wolfpack?
Yeah, there's some things that we gave up in the quarterback run game. We were short a hat on a couple of different calls that we've got to get that corrected. Gave up too many explosive plays on the back end. This guy's getting behind us in coverage, and we've got to get that fixed. And the things that we've got coming up schedule-wise, through the air, we've got to get those things corrected and fixed, and we will. We've got good enough players back there that they can. We'll get that fixed. I thought up front, the stat line wasn't as impressive with sacks and those things, but also the hits on the quarterback, the ability to get him off the spot at times. Our 3rd down percentage was really good on defense. Again, we had takeaways. We had 2, had opportunities, 2 to 3 more that we didn't come up with. But we're getting better on that side. We just got to fix a couple things coverage-wise, and I think we can continue to move in the direction of being a good defense.
Yeah, you're about to face another elite quarterback this Saturday against Colorado State. What are you seeing from your D-line off the bye?
Yeah, I think the things that they're understanding how important it is for them to do their job every snap. There could be a blitz called, and they've got to outside, contain, inside pressure, whatever it is, they've got to do and stay to the course of what that is. And they've made improvements in that area. I think we're playing more aggressive. Gap sound, playing on their side of the line of scrimmage. Our tackle for loss numbers have increased, which is great. And then the guys on the 2nd and 3rd level can count on them doing their job. And I think that takes a little bit of time collectively when you've got a bunch of new faces in different spots.
Coach, I mentioned this, we can feel that Dre Williams is not out there, just his presence, his passion for the game. How do you want to see your secondary play moving forward?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. He's such a dynamic playmaker for us, but we also understand, we've got guys there that are talented enough to do it. We're really close to getting, I think, in a position that we're going to play better. We'll play better this next week than we did yesterday in some of those spots, and I think a little bit of it is experience playing together, and we're learning about that, about collectively the corners, the safeties being on the right page, on the same page, and I'm excited about what they're going to do. I have great trust in the playmaking ability we've got on the back end. We've got really good coaches. I'm excited about what steps we'll take in the right direction.
Yeah, Coach Shear's defense playing lights out at UNLV, but it was also a huge sports week here in Las Vegas with Monday Night Football in town, the WNBA Finals, and the Mountain West Media Days at Resorts World. Coming up next, we'll hear more from the Lady Rebels and Runnin' Rebels on their support for UNLV football and how Barry Odom's winning program is having a positive impact on campus. The RebZone will be right back. What are you seeing on campus with the buzz of the 4-1 Rebels? Barry Odom, you talked about a close relationship you have with the football team. How does the football team winning only trickle down to the other teams on campus?
It's huge. Like we know, obviously, football players make up a huge population of our student athlete population, and so I think it starts with our players. They're friends with them. They're invested in their success, and it's mutual. Barry got hired kind of while we were at the back end of our season, and his coaches, his players, one of the first things that he had them do was come out and support us, and I really respect that. And if anything, that helps our team, buy in and to see them have success. I couldn't be happier for them as a group, for the team. I know they're working really hard, and we want them to win. because it's fun. Winning is fun, and they've got a big game this weekend, and they're going to go up there and get the job done.
Lindy LaRock showing her love for UNLV football. Coach, I remember when you got hired in December, your coaching staff were at Runnin' Rebel games, Lady Rebel games, having an immediate impact already on campus. Lindy LaRock has won 2 back-to-back Mountain West titles. How do you feed off her championship energy? Yeah, a lot of respect for Lindy. I mean, they've set the standard on winning championships, and I think collectively what Eric Harper's done here with our coaches, we're all in it together. Mm-hmm. And the things that we can do to impact our university are tremendous. Last week, leading up to the game, the baseball staff brought over donuts for the coaching staff one morning. I mean, we're all trying to impact our student athletes, give them the opportunity to be successful, graduate with meaningful degrees, and win games. And the standard is to win a championship here, and that's what we're all trying to do. And I'm so thankful for the family of coaches that we have here at UNLV during this time. Yeah, it's so important right now. All eyes are on Las Vegas. The championship energy is being felt here, and no doubt UNLV football on track to win a championship this season. Here's more from the Lady Rebels and Runnin' Rebels at this year's Mountain West Media Days at Resorts World. So great to catch up, Lindy. It's Mountain West Media Days. The season is almost here. Undefeated in conference play last year, taking your team to 2 straight tournament appearances. What's the excitement and hunger on your team right now?
Well, I think it's just that. We're hungry and excited. We're eager to just improve every day. We have a whole new team, so we have a lot of work to do. We've got some key returners, sure, but every year is different. And right now, kind of our puzzle pieces are all spread out, and it's trying to fit them back into a nice puzzle and see what we can make together.
I want to talk about the historic season you guys had last year, undefeated in conference play, going to the NCAA tournament for 2 years in a row. What worked for you last year, Desi, that you hope to bring over to this year?
Just having a great mindset. I think my mindset is what keeps me in the game, and focusing on the positives of the game and not so much on the negatives, and just always being there for my teammates. I think having that mindset and having that leadership also allows us to win.
One word I've heard from you today is consistency, over and over again from you. In this league and this talent, how consistent do you guys want to be this season?
Yeah, I think that's it. That's what it's going to come down to, because we love our roster. We love its experience, its size, the depth. And so if we can be consistent about just staying on track, not getting too high, getting too low, I think this is a team that can win a lot of games.
A lot of Power 5 transfers on this team. How have you guys made each other better this offseason?
Well, obviously, I played against Caleb and Key for the last 3 years. They were our rival, and I hated playing against them back then, honestly. But now being able to practice with them every day, they just make me so much better. Just the level of competition that's in practice. Even guys that aren't in the Power 5, like Webb, he's such a great guy, such a great teammate. He definitely deserves to be in a Power 5, and they just make us better every day.
Justin, Las Vegas has become home for you here in Title Town, is what I call it, with the Golden Knights and the Aces. What's that championship energy you feel here in Vegas?
Something I think that we need to bring. I think everybody always says it's a Rebel town, and I think they're looking for a Rebel championship, and and I'm praying that we go out there and do what we're supposed to do and bring that championship here, because with the Aces, on the brink of winning a second one, and the Golden Knights just winning one and having their little celebration last night. I think it's something for everybody to look forward to. Like I said, we have a great group of guys that want to come in here and win and want to bring a championship to the city. So as long as we go out here and play hard, compete, and listen to our coaches, we'll be right where we want to be.
Well, we've seen the Runnin' Rebels and Lady Rebels at UNLV Football home games this season, and we hope to see you next Saturday at Allegiant Stadium. UNLV Football undefeated at home this season. The Rebels will be looking to improve to 4-0 at home on Saturday when they host Colorado State, who won their first ever game against Boise State in a thriller last night. We're breaking down the 3-3 Rams with Coach Odom next. UNLV football back at Allegiant Stadium this Saturday for a homecoming 4 p.m. kickoff against Colorado State. 3-3, the Rams won a thriller last night. Their first ever win against Boise State, but UNLV is the hottest ticket in town on a 4-game win streak, looking to go 3-0 in conference play. Coach, we got to talk about this matchup. Your thoughts on Colorado State's thriller last night in Fort Collins?
What a win, and we got home in time last night to watch really the second half, and then we've been the preparation has started on them. They're explosive, so explosive on offense. Their quarterback is dynamic. They've got a great group of receivers. And then the ability to run the ball. I saw some things last night that, if the number count up front in the box is short, then they're going to hand it off. They've got a great scheme and great players and really good coaches. And then defensively, they look to me very aggressive, attacking. Physical football team will need to have a great week of preparation to have a chance to play our best ball. Yeah, two conference games into the season, Coach. What impresses you about the talent in the Mountain West? From top to bottom, number one, I think there's really good coaches. Schematically, they're really good coaches. Two, I think almost every team that I've seen or projecting as we've got coming up, they've got really good quarterback play. And then the ability on the other side, defensively, you see so many different looks, whether it's man-free, whether it's pressure, some zone concepts, simulated pressures. So the range of the things that you see in this league, I think if you look at the historic last 25 years, there's a reason the Mountain West has respect, and this year is no different. Yeah, a lot of excitement heading into this game as UNLV is 3-0 at home. But we want to also shout out Caleb Herring's mom, ringing a bell this weekend, cancer-free for the first time in 2 years. UNLV won on the road, and so did Caleb Herring and his mom. Big shout out to Caleb. We'll see you next Sunday on the Reb Zone.